Okay, this run, I'm kind of mad at it. I mean, it's hard to be mad at, like, my fastest time ever, but I goofed up at the end, dude. This should have been faster. I was trying so hard to beat Minecraft in 11 minutes. Like, even if it was 11:59, that would have been, like, the goal. I beat this game in 12 minutes, 0 seconds, and 1/10 of a second. I missed by 1/10 of a second, and oh my gosh, it was just kind of a mess. We're starting off pretty normally. We've got the buried treasure. We're blowing up a tree. I'm blowing up in between two trees right here. Pretty decent TNT placement. I think we get like, oh, never mind. We only get 6 logs out of it. That's kind of low. Normally, like if you get like 8 logs, that's pretty solid. 6 is doable. We can make all of our tools. We have an iron pickaxe, iron shovel. Have to make a wooden axe though, which I hope I remember to do. Yep, okay, we're totally good. We have our resources. And at the beginning, I don't know if you heard it, but I heard some lava. And so I'm thinking, where's the lava pool? Oh, it's right here. This is gonna be a fast enter. I literally spawned like right next to a buried treasure chest and a lava pool, which is perfect. So if I'd played perfectly, I should be entering the nether in, I don't know, maybe like 1 minute and 20 seconds. So it's a little bit slow. One of the reasons is because I placed some doors here. You shouldn't be doing that. And then I spend some time trying to get the dirt in the right spot. I spend time like this because I don't want the lava in the back to get turned into obsidian. Like, that was the whole point of all that dirt. And I missed like 5 seconds doing that. I don't need to. Like, as you can see, I never grabbed dirt from the back. But regardless, we're entering the nether at 1:40, which is a pretty solid time. I think the fastest I've ever done is like 1:20 something. So now we've loaded into the world, and I'm checking my F3 menu. There are an unbelievable amount of entities in the area around me. I'm like, wow, this is a crazy nether. Oh my gosh, there's a fortress right there and a bastion right here. This is actually wild, dude. What's even crazier is this is like the best type of bastion. So I'm thinking, okay, my boat just broke. That sucks. But more importantly, this should be able to PB. Hopefully, assuming I don't die here. I was really scared I was gonna fall into this lava. Like, I speed bridge, but it only takes one mess up of a speed bridge to screw you up. So thankfully we didn't fall here. What I'm doing now is I'm not actually gonna loot these chests. I debated about it, but I definitely couldn't do it. I was gonna die. We're gonna get those piglins angry at us though to come down, and that's exactly what I want. We're now in the heart of the bastion. And we're going to do all of our trading. Like typical, though, it's pretty standard. So, in my last commentary video, I said I was going to try to go for a 10-mile run. And I almost made an entire video talking about this run. I might still. I went for 10 miles. It was one of the hardest things I have ever done, man. I only run like 2 to 3, or like 2 miles max, maybe 3 times a week max. But in the back of my head, I kind of knew that like physically 10 miles is possible. It's just a matter of like, is my mental good enough to keep running and suffer that much? Which was actually kind of the goal. I wanted to just see if I could do something really sucky. With these long runs, though, you might like, you know, eat some proper food and drink lots of water. I didn't even do that. I kind of, for 2 reasons, like one, I was like, it'll be fine, and 2, if it sucks more because I don't have a ton of food or water on me. That's kind of the point. The point wasn't about running 10 miles. It was about sucking as much as possible. My goal was to not stop running, though. A mile into the run, though, I had to stop running. I run next to this river, and it got flooded. The trail was flooded, so I had to like climb underneath this tunnel next to a flooded river, and it was quite the adventure. But I get a mile out, and I'm thinking, oh my goodness, my calves are getting tired. This is gonna be really hard. It's the point where I'd normally like turn around and start heading back, but we're only like 10% of the way there. There were so many moments where I normally would have stopped, and it really sucked. But it was just about making the decision every single time to just keep on going. And that went on for miles. I could talk so much more about it, but the bash is almost over, so I gotta finish my story. Basically, I feel like I lived a month on that 10-mile run, dude. I thought when I got to mile 5, it was just like I was running as far as I could, 5 miles out, and then I'd just have to go back. Like, that would be fine, because that's the only way I'm gonna get home. I have to go back. I thought that was gonna be the easy part. That was the hardest part. At one point, my feet hurt like so bad that I was like literally limping. My feet went numb, literally. It was quite the adventure, but I'm super glad I tried to do something hard. Honestly, I'd recommend doing something like that. Just doing something really hard and going through that. There's something incredible about it. And I think exercising in general is really good. And if you're watching this video, you probably have some time. So, like, why not try and run a mile? Just see if you can do that. I think you'd be surprised. Your body can do more than you think it can. Anyways, sorry, that was a huge tangent, but it was a huge experience. We're in the Nether fortress at, like, the sub 5 minute mark. But this is, like, really solid pace for me. We should be able to, like, leave the Nether hopefully in the next minute or so. There's a couple good stray blazes around. And I decided to pearl over here. Even though I'm going to take some damage, I just need to get to these blazes as fast as possible. We're also next to a spawner, so we've got more spawning. We're going... I don't know how many blaze rods have dropped from these guys. I think it's decent rates. I probably kill close to average, maybe even an above average amount of blazes. But I'm also going to use some TNT to increase the spawning area. And I've done this a little bit in practice worlds lately, and it increases your blaze spawn so much. So now we're at 5 rods, and I hear through the wall another blaze. So I'm thinking there's probably a blaze spawner through this wall, but I'm digging, I'm not finding it. I'm like, I'm wasting time, dude. We're almost to the 6 minute mark. I've been really playing for like a sub 6 minute Nether leave, which we don't get, which is a bit unfortunate, but it still turns out to be pretty good. That guy doesn't drop. This guy doesn't drop either, which is a bit unfortunate. But we're back at this spawner, so it doesn't really matter because I think we get another spawn almost immediately. And I take this time to sort of get my bearings where I am in the Nether, because you need to go to like 100 blocks out from 0, in the Nether to get to really good quartz. We finally got our 6th rod there. I'm going to pearl this direction because this will be a better chance to be close to the stronghold, which is the end of the game. And we're leaving the Nether at 6:30, which isn't the fastest I've done it, but it's close, and I'm pretty pleased with it. It's hard to be unhappy, so I'm going to throw my eye here, figure out how close the stronghold is. I get trolled though. It goes straight into the mountain, so I can't measure it properly. I have to throw another eye, which could be really bad. I think eyes have like a 50% chance of breaking when you throw it, so if I throw 2 and both of them break, I'm probably not going to be able to enter the end. Thankfully, this guy survives. I'm thinking, okay, please have survived. Other eye. I see him right here, and we're totally good to go. So I'm going to yeet a pearl over this direction because we just need to go, go, go. Except I realize I don't have enough wood, and I almost die there. That would have just been really sad. I could have just taken like 2 hearts of fall damage and died. I'm going to make a bet for 2 reasons here. One, like I need to make them for the end of the game. But I'm also going to do this thing called hunger resetting. So I reset my spawn, kill myself with a pearl. Now I am back to full hearts and full hunger haunches. But I don't have that wood still. So I'm actually going to have to take even more damage going to this tree. Which actually, now thinking about it, it means... I'll talk about it later. You'll understand like why throwing that pearl would have been bad. But I have five logs right now. Which should be plenty. I'm trying to make like at least 6 beds to do this thing called the 0 cycle. I make trap doors though, and waste even more wood. So this is where the run starts to fall apart, guys. I don't have as much wood as I would like, but we're on our way to the stronghold at 7 minutes 50 seconds, so it's kind of fine. I've also lowered my render distance down to 2, hoping a dolphin is going to spawn next to me, because if you swim next to a dolphin, it's actually faster than boating. And I know that it's an ocean up here, so I want to get there as fast as possible. Unfortunately, it starts to become a cold ocean up here, which is a biome that dolphins can't spawn in. So I'm checking, I'm in deep ocean now. Then as soon as I check again, I'm in cold ocean. So I'm going to turn up my render distance because there's no point. Dolphins can't spawn here. Missed that opportunity, which is a bit unfortunate, but it's things you have to deal with. Now, according to my calculations, the stronghold should be like 100 blocks in front of me. And there's a thing that can happen called an ocean exposed stronghold, where the stronghold... well, it's exposed in the ocean. So I'm really looking around. I see some light down here, and I'm like, could that be the stronghold? Maybe. Nah, it's probably too far away, because my calculations say the stronghold's a lot further, and I'm like, surely not. I see the stronghold up here right next to this island. I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of like boxy. So I'm going to pause above the surface and do this thing called, what's it called? Preemptive is what it's called, because it's like before you enter the end. I basically open a pie chart and try to detect where a spawner is. I get a good reading, so I'm like, okay, the spawner could be pretty close. So I get to dig into this wall because I know that it's a hidden room based off the stronghold. I break that block for absolutely no reason. It's a bad habit I have. In strongholds, there's certain walls that you can break that are hidden rooms, if you didn't know. This one is not, and I know that it's not, but I still did that block, and it's a really bad habit. Like, I know that there's nothing there, but I'm just so scared to have missed something. So I need to stop doing that. But if you saw there for a second, at the end of that corridor was a spider spawner. So I said I detected a spawner early, right? But I got a misreading. Normally it's the silverfish spawner that's at the end portal, but that was a cave spider spawner. So I'm like, okay, where do I go now? Where do I go? I'm getting lost and confused. This is the worst part of the run. I'm losing like an entire minute here. I'm backtracking. I'm double checking places I've already checked before, which I really shouldn't be doing. I guess I didn't check this corridor, so it could have potentially been down here, but probably not. There's a passage, you might have seen it, like on the first turn that I just miss. And that's where I need to go, so it's a bit unfortunate. I miss all of this, but we're finally making our way back. Okay, thank goodness. I thought I was going to backtrack again. So I've gone down the right direction now, which is good. All we have to do is get inside the end, man. It's almost 10 minutes, 30 seconds. I want to have entered the end right now. We're just going to run past all these creepers. I see the end portal, which is great. Now, normally, you just, like, enter the end right now because you want to get in as fast as possible. But I want to craft 6 explosives because I want to try to do this thing called a zero cycle, which is hard, and I've never done it in like a legit run, especially not on this pace, but I'm sending it. I'm like, I really want to do this because it makes you be able to kill the dragon faster, although there's a chance you can't do it. Which I spawn underground. I don't have enough pearls, so basically the technique is you need to get on top of like one of the giant obsidian pillars really quickly, but since I spawned underground, I couldn't do that, which is a bit sad. But it's still, like, potentially PB pays at this point. I'm thinking, the run's dead. I couldn't do that cool zero cycle technique. It's whatever. There's no way I'm going to get a cool run out of this, which is a bit sad, but sometimes it's what you have to do. Then, as I'm going back here, I see the dragon. Oh, my gosh. He's going to perch. Wait, this is actually going to PB. That's kind of lame. I've run out of sprint, which is bad. And now I'm not placing my beds properly. So I'm having to reach in my inventory, grab them. I'm struggling, dude. The dragon isn't dead yet. Oh my gosh. Am I going to be able to pull it off? I pull off the anchor last second and kill it. Oh my goodness. But then I reset the world, dude. I reset the world. So this is terrible. In one of my other runs, on my best time ever, I reset the world, and when I logged back in, the dragon was still alive. The Minecraft world glitched out, so I'm thinking, I just screwed up my best run ever. But I logged back in, and everything seems to be fine. I mean, I like double check the times, and it seems to be the exact same time. So I didn't glitch out the world, and we beat the game in 12 minutes and 1 second. So, well, kind of. So you'll see in the top right, it toggles between 11:57 and 12 minutes and 1/10 of a second. The 11 minutes 57 second time, that's actually how fast I beat it. But according to the speedrunning rules and moderators, any run that is under 13 minutes will get increased to a longer time, so they'll add on time if you're pausing excessively. I think you get like 5 seconds every single time you pause. And so there was like 1 or 2 times I didn't change my settings quick enough, and so I get added 3 seconds to my time of 11:57. So I was thinking this was gonna be me beating Minecraft in 11 minutes. No, I'm 1/10 of a second off, which is really funny, but it's motivating. I'm gonna get an 11xx time, guys. Mark my words.